Before the 2026 World Cup kicked off, everyone was recommending that you keep an eye on these players. But the real question is, did everything everyone predicted actually come to pass, or has football surprised everyone yet again? But the pitch never lies. The 2026 World Cup is being co-hosted by the USA and Canada. And this tournament is set to be the highest scoring in its history to date, as well as the one everyone is talking about the most. With the group stage still underway, goals continue to be scored and records are being broken. There are 10 players in the tournament, each with a story that deserves to be told. Now, together with you, we'll count down these players from 10 to 1. England, who qualified for the 2026 World Cup, didn't concede a single goal in the qualifying rounds. A 40-year drought and an unending thirst for a title, and the one bearing the brunt of that burden is the 22-year-old Bellingham. 10. Jude Bellingham. In his first season at Real Madrid, Bellingham scored a total of 23 goals and stepped up at crucial moments in the Champions League. In England's match against Croatia, he received a long ball, bypassed the defense down the right flank with ease, and secured England's 4-2 victory. Bellingham's message was clear: this is a well-organized and dangerous team. Possessing both creative flair and emotional energy, Bellingham commands every phase of the game. The confidence he displays on the pitch rubs off on his teammates as well. What do you think it's like to carry the weight of 40 years at the age of 22? 9. Jamal Musiala. As you know, Germany beat Curaçao 7-1 in their group stage match. 7 goals in a single match, and the highlight of the game belonged to 23-year-old Musiala, who dribbled the ball with the joy of a street footballer and bewildered the defenders with his magical skills. Kimmich, playing at right back, found Musiala in a perfect position. Musiala took the ball and, in a single move, slotted it past the goalkeeper's left side. Even the goalkeeper was prepared, but Musiala didn't hesitate or calculate for a single moment whilst doing this. He simply trusted his instincts. Musiala plays with the same joy at Bayern Munich too. Even the way he carries the ball under pressure can catch defenders off guard. Musiala, alongside Florian Wirtz, stands out as one of Germany's 2 most incisive players. In my opinion, Musiala is the player who could put an end to his country's run of disappointments in this tournament. Do you think Germany can make it to the final? 8. Ousmane Dembele. When France is mentioned, Mbappé is the first name that springs to everyone's mind. That is, until Dembele wins the Ballon d'Or in 2025. He is currently under the management of Luis Enrique at PSG. The lost years he spent on the sidelines at Barcelona have transformed Dembele from merely a winger into one of the most dangerous strikers at the 2026 World Cup, thanks to his 2-footed dribbling, superb pace and clinical finishing. France beat Senegal 3-1. And in that match, Dembele's cool-headed goal in the 74th minute, when the score was 1-1, was like a scene straight out of a film. He was the key factor in France's solid performance. 7. Erling Haaland. Growing up as a child in a country that hadn't qualified for the World Cup since 1998 was like watching other people's successes on the telly during the summer months. But the man who has put an end to that longing is currently on the pitch. And his name is Erling Haaland. Norway faced Iraq in the group stage and defeated them 4-1. Haaland scored 2 goals in this match. He netted the first with a volley from the far post and the second from a chance created by the goalkeeper's error. With these goals, Haaland has now reached 55 goals in 51 international appearances. This devastating striker, playing for Manchester City, was not just a club legend thanks to his pace, positioning and finishing. He was a legend who had turned the childhood hopes of an entire generation into reality. 6. Christian Pulisic. Carrying the hopes and expectations of millions of people on his shoulders on home soil is not something every footballer can handle, but the stands didn't call him Captain America for nothing. Christian Pulisic, with the home advantage, truly caused a storm on his home turf and in front of his own fans. They secured a historic 4-1 victory against Paraguay. And in that match, Pulisic was simply unstoppable. He beat 2 players, then shook off another 2 to set up a goal for his teammate. As a result, Balogun scored a brace in the first half. Pulisic had previously taken the US through to the last 16 of the 2022 World Cup with his goal against Iran. By then, he had already proven himself on the big stage. With his ability to carry the ball and create goal-scoring opportunities, he became one of the US's key attacking options. 5. Lamine Yamal. A photograph taken by chance years ago was, in fact, a message written into the future of football history. For the baby Messi had grown up and not only followed in Messi's footsteps but had even begun to build his own empire. This was, of course, none other than Lamine Yamal. In the 10th minute of the Spain v Saudi Arabia match, he met Oyarzábal's cross into the box and found the net with his right foot. The innocence on Yamal's face and that childlike yet equally defiant expression were a sight to behold. This was Spain's first goal against Saudi Arabia, and it was also Lamine Yamal's first goal in 27 international appearances for Spain. And that wasn't all. Following in the footsteps of the legendary Brazilian player Pelé, who scored a goal in 1958 at the age of just 17, he became the youngest player in World Cup history to celebrate a goal. What's more, this performance came in his first World Cup appearance immediately after returning from a hamstring injury he'd sustained whilst playing for Barcelona. But the debate continues. Do you think Spain can rely on such a young footballer? And do you think he can shoulder this burden? 4. Kylian Mbappe. France beat Senegal 3-1 thanks to Mbappe's 2 goals. With these goals, Mbappe did not merely dismantle the Senegal national team. He consigned Pelé, known as the King of Football, to the annals of history. And with 14 goals, he is now a joint top scorer. At Real Madrid this season, he has scored 42 goals in 42 matches and has won the La Liga top scorer title twice in a row. But everyone knows that even if he becomes a beast for his club, Mbappe saves his true magic for the world's biggest stage, just as he did in the previous tournament. What's more, this time he wasn't alone. His teammates were right behind him. They were Dembele, Alice, Cherki, and Douy. If France win the title, do you think Mbappe or Dembele will go down in history? This is one of the biggest debates of the tournament. 3. Harry Kane, who played for England at the 2018 World Cup, was the tournament's top scorer. He is now 32 years old and has been playing for Bayern Munich for 3 years. This season at Bayern Munich, he has scored a total of 36 goals in the Bundesliga and won the European Golden Boot. Perhaps he is doing everything he can on the pitch to lead England, a side that hasn't won the World Cup since 1966, to victory in what may be his final World Cup opportunity. In the 2026 World Cup match between England and Croatia, Harry Kane scored a brace. With this performance, Harry Kane surpassed Gary Lineker, the English player with the most World Cup goals, to set a new record with a total of 10 goals. Kane has scored 81 goals in his international career, becoming only the 5th European player in history to achieve this record. 2. Vinicius Junior. In the Brazil v Haiti match, Brazil beat the Haiti national team 3-0. 2 of the goals were scored by Matheus Cunha. The third goal of the match came when Vinicius picked up the ball on the left, easily beat 2 players and found the back of the net. Vinicius is a player with blistering pace and mesmerizing dribbling skills, and he lies at the heart of Brazil's dream of a 6th World Cup title. However, Brazil suffered a 7-1 defeat on home soil in 2014. And they were knocked out on penalties at the 2022 World Cup. Do you think things will be different this time under the management of their head coach, Carlo Ancelotti, a 5-time Champions League winner? Or will this tournament end in disappointment, just like the previous ones? 1. Lionel Messi. In the 2022 World Cup final, hosted by Qatar, Argentina defeated France 4-2 on penalties. They were crowned 2022 World Cup champions. Lionel Messi also played a part in this triumph. Fast forward to the 2026 World Cup, where Argentina faced Algeria in the group stage. And that night, Lionel Messi scored a hat-trick, delivering one of the most shocking nights in football history. Thanks to Messi, Argentina won the match 3-0. With his first goal in this tournament, he equaled Mbappe's tally of 14 World Cup goals. And, of course, with his second goal, he became the new record holder. It didn't end there. With his third goal, he tied the all-time World Cup goal-scoring record of 16 held by the German legend Miroslav Klose. Messi's hat-trick was a World Cup first. By scoring a hat-trick at the age of 39, Messi became the oldest player in history to do so. He took this record from Cristiano Ronaldo, who scored a hat-trick against Spain in 2018. He also became the first player to score in 5 consecutive World Cup matches. Tears streamed down Messi's face when he scored his first goal. In his post-match comments, he said, "I'd been going through a tough time before stepping onto the pitch. It had nothing to do with football, but in my view, he didn't say everything." Messi's silence spoke volumes. And now, as the tournament continues, I leave football fans with some questions. Do you think Argentina can become only the 3rd team to win back-to-back World Cups? And will Messi, the legend of a generation, bid farewell to this final World Cup tournament with a title? Or will this journey hold even more drama in store? I look forward to reading your answers in the comments. Cristiano Ronaldo remained silent in the match against Congo. Meanwhile, however, Messi was scoring a hat-trick around the same time. Whilst most footballers retire in their 30s, Ronaldo, at the age of 41, was named the oldest outfield player in history. What might a 41-year-old footballer be thinking as he puts on his kit in the changing room? Yet this match ended in a 1-1 draw. Ronaldo failed to register a single shot on target in that match, and the fact that he has not scored a single goal in his last 5 World Cups is not just a dry spell, it is something inexplicable. With Al Nassr, however, Ronaldo has made 147 appearances and scored 127 goals. Ronaldo is trying to prove himself on this grand stage. Facing Ronaldo is Lionel Messi, who has scored a hat-trick. They've played on the same pitches and in the same tournaments, yet they have very different stories. Which one moves you more when you watch them? Don't forget to mention your thoughts in the comments and give our video a like. See you in the next video.